Hi friends and fellow Earth Angels, it's Gladys and welcome back to another one of my weekly Sunday card readings. And this spread will start by covering August 9th to the 15th, or whenever you're guided to watch, as I always intend these to be timeless readings, meaning you can come back at any time to receive guidance. You might come back months from now and get a completely different message. I think that's the most beautiful thing that I love about the divine, is that their messages are so multifaceted and they're so layered with information, and valuable information that I treasure so often. I find myself sometimes going through my channel and just picking a message or picking a reading and getting guidance for myself and my journey that I'm in now. So I want to thank you so much for showing up every week. I have so much gratitude for how this channel has developed and the beautiful people that has aligned with it. I want to thank you so much for showing up to this healing journey. I can completely understand and relate and know it's not an easy journey, but it is incredibly liberating. And I know that many of you are finding a deep peace within yourself that you've never experienced before, despite all the changes that are going on around you. So interesting, when I was pulling decks, I knew I wanted to use this guidance deck, and I put it on the table and I started grabbing some other decks to go along with it. And I was like, well, what am I going to put on the table? I'm going to have my candle. And then I saw my crown. A friend of mine had gifted me that crown for a birthday a few years ago. And I keep it in my room as a reminder of who I am. Usually my thoughts and my mind goes when I'm laying down. So my crown is within viewing distance. So whenever I'm troubled, I look at my crown and I remember that I am a child of God and He's got my back, and I believe in full faith that whatever obstacles come in my way, all I have to do is ask, and opportunities, events unfold naturally for healing. So when I opened up the card deck, I saw the crown and I just kind of chuckled. I'm like, all right, the message is about your crown. Your crown is symbolic of your gifts, your treasure. If you think about where the crown goes, it rests on the top of the head for masculine and feminine energies. There's king energy and there's queen energy, right? However you vibrate. And I feel like this double impact of the crown energy is being mindful that your intuitive gifts are part of the essence of who you are. And so many of you are taking leaps of faith. And I feel like God's message this week is saying you're really going to have to trust the divine guidance that you're getting, the intuition, because a lot of you are taking really big leaps of faith. A lot of you are changing your approach to things. A lot of you are shifting your thinking. There's been a lot of awarenesses, a lot of truths that have come up, a lot of shadow stuff. So I feel like God is reminding you this week that you are a divine child of God, and within you are very valuable seeds that are growing rapidly. So, you're individualizing. We've been talking a lot about balancing your masculine and feminine energy, the energy of action, the energy of forward movement, penetration, right? That's masculine energy. And then we have been talking about the divine feminine energy and receptivity and working with the law of magnetism and feelings and emotions. And it's been a powerful journey in a way that many souls haven't experienced on this planet yet. So many of you are guided to this channel. You are the leaders, and God wants to remind you, put on your crown. So if you have one, put it on. Remember who you are. So I'm going to be channeling the goddess energy this week. We are finishing out the last couple days of the Lionsgate portal, which is a very big spiritual activation. I did this beautiful meditation, or I listened to this beautiful meditation from Steve Noble. He put it out for the AA portal. It's activating or aligning with love using the energy of Sirius, and I'm gonna put it in the link below because, friends, I'm not gonna lie, I sobbed through this meditation. I sobbed from sadness, from how hard things had been. I sobbed for, you know, the many years of fighting for my independence. I sobbed relief that I don't have to do that anymore. I sobbed for gratitude. So I encourage you to listen to it if you have if you have time in the next few days to really receive it. Maybe not all of you are gonna sob. You know, I needed a good cry. I had a very busy week, and I just had some stuff to release. So anyway, I pulled out the goddess cards this week to finish out the energy of this Lionsgate portal. So I will get additional message from Nature's Whispers. And then I'm going to get guidance from the goddess using the Wild Offering Oracle. A good friend of mine mailed these to me a few weeks ago, and I absolutely love them. So I'm excited to incorporate them into my reading this week. Then I'm going to pull a message from Flower Therapy, and I will finish up with a message of love from the goddess. Goddess could be Divine Mother, it could be Divine Feminine energy, however you connect with that vibration. It is not gender related, it's a vibration that we have within us, which is, you know, going forward in this 3D world, we're really going to need those intuitive hits and that guidance to really move forward with inspired action. All right, so let me open up a space, inviting in all your guardian angels and guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, God, source, creator of the universe, and all his holy beings of light who would like to assist, including the Divine Mother, the Divine Goddess, the Divine Feminine. And I'm going to ask that these messages be for your best and highest good and the best and highest good of all concerned. All right. So I also want to mention, if you are curious about the Divine Feminine and the Goddess energy and you'd like to learn more, a book that I've been sharing with some of my subscribers in my subscription program it's a book called You Are a Goddess by Sophie Bashford. And it just goes through the Divine Feminine awakening through the eyes of each of the goddesses. So there are goddesses in it like Kali and Mother Mary and Kuan Yin and Avalon and Aphrodite and so on. So if you're really curious and you want to explore these energies and how they can support you, it really is a phenomenal book. It's an easy read. It's something that you can refer back to. I know there's an audio version as well. I have a hard copy. I like to underline things and go back to the meditations, but there are meditations in the book, and the audio might be better where you can just kind of close your eyes and listen. So I will put a link to that in the description box below too. So let's get started. All right, easy enough. Let's see here. Yes. Yemenia. She actually came into a reading of mine, coaching session with a client, and she came up. I didn't have the cards with me, and it came up, and so I'm glad she came back. I just thought it was beautiful energy. I've been seeing her name come up personally. So the message says, important doors are opening for you right now. Walk through them. So it's perfectly normal to hesitate when big change is coming. It's kind of like I'm scared to death, but so excited kind of energy. And so if some of you are thinking about backpedaling on an opportunity, or some of you are just still questioning, here's your sign, right? Important doors are opening for you right now. Walk through them. And I know that this is the buildup of the last 6 months. The universe has been preparing you by telling you about the masculine feminine energy and how important it is to rest and recover and recharge and find balance, work with your intuition and the intuitive signs that you've been getting, practicing the awareness of the unseen, right? That shadow energy. You've been doing a lot of shadow work and doing a lot of inner child work. You've been asked to find routine structures and traditions that work for you pertaining to daily meditations or mantras or prayers or movements, yin yoga, flexibility, exercise, right? They've been laying this foundation for you so that you have a solid foundation to work on. And you know, I started saying this message at the end of last year that God was getting ready to turn that key and activate you for being a beacon of light on the planet to comfort, support, teach, and inspire others by living your best life. God is utilizing you as an example of his power, his magnificence, his love, right? He's using you as a vessel to show the world, and so many of us are being activated in that light. And I truly believe if you were called to this channel, you're aligned with that earth angel leader that God is calling. So she's coming in, letting you know the golden opportunities are coming, and your old programming of fear or worries or self-doubt or insecurities may come up. And that's okay, but recognize it as part of the old shell that you've released. Sit with it, give yourself some time, ask God for guidance, right? Look for those signs and move forward with full faith and conviction and trust in the divine. I love it. I have to mention, so before I turn this over, I peeked at what the bottom of the deck was. And I wasn't sure if I was gonna like say it or not, but I am. This is one of my favorite cards in the deck. It's the Butterfly Maiden and Transformation. It says you're experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. And I think it's very fitting. So I am, of course, and then Mary Magdalene, unconditional love. Love yourself, others, in every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. All right. So the rest doesn't really fit. It is as far as these messages. So I'm going to leave these goddesses here. Very powerful, all crown energy, right? Let's see here. Yeah, so doors are opening, enormous change, bringing great blessings, and you're really gonna have to love and trust, right? This is actually the energy that we're bringing to the planet. There are so many divine partnerships that are blossoming out of this shift that the world is going through. We've needed to individualize. We've needed to get strong within ourselves. We've needed to balance our masculine and feminine energy, right? Where we're independent, we're creating financial security, we're creating self-love, positive self-esteem. We're really working on shifting the dynamics of the toxic, distorted relationships that have been in our lives. And we're now calling in divine partnerships, new soul groups, and new I want to say like a new tribe for this lifetime and lifetimes forward, but not a tribe where it's kind of like you get stuck in this vibration. The tribe is like expansive. It's like I recognize you, you recognize me. It's not a codependent thing, right? Oh, I need my tribe. It is, we are powerful in numbers, strength in numbers, right? So there's this, I saw somebody post something this week on Facebook. I don't remember who it was, but she said, yeah, she's like, I'm part of the tribeless tribe. And I was just like, girl, I feel ya. I get it, you know? So we're not needing others in a codependent way. We're being inspired and empowered by others, which will then bring out our own individuality. And then even let me talk about romantic divine partnerships. You know, there are couples out there that their relationships are really strengthening through communication and hashing things out and listening to each other and working together as a team to raise children. It is so incredibly inspiring. So know that these divine partnerships are coming together powerfully. People are being literally pulled together by divine miracles, which is so incredibly empowering. So believe, trust, have full faith that God has a plan, and he's aligning you perfectly through these new opportunities and through these new experiences and these changes that are happening. So let's see, additional message from Mother Earth. What does she want us to know? Mother Earth, what does she want us to know this week? Two here. Inner truths. Yes, of course, right? 16, 6 plus 1, 1 plus 6 equals 7. So here's the thing. You see all these pathways here? This is like the inner child. Look, she's so happy. I have to say, can you see her? Yeah, you can see her. So it's almost like she's like, I have something I want to tell you. I have a secret. And so maybe some of you are still doing your inner work, right? And I'll tell you that Steve Noble meditation that I'm going to post in the link below, your inner child, she takes you on a journey, let me tell you. And so I feel like if you think about it, as you now create a protective, safe space for your inner child, because you have this powerful inner masculine, you have this powerful inner feminine, the inner child now feels safe to share with you its insecurities, its fears, what it knows about your gifts, the shadow work, right? That those limiting beliefs of those things that are holding you back. And it's like she's going to take you on these journeys to show you. But if you notice, they're like all different lands. They're all secret different lands holding different vibrations, right? And so I feel like, and this will be the inner truths. And the 7 is, I always say, it's like the divine feminine. It's the shadow energy. It's the unseen. It's the answers, it's the wisdom. So I feel like the Divine Mother is saying, hey, you know, we still got some work to do, which is lifelong, right? That's the spiritual journey. We're always growing, we're always evolving. And I'm going to say this again because I think it's so important and so valuable. You know, the spiritual journey is like math, right? You get into, you know, kindergarten, not preschool now, and you learn the numbers. You learn to recognize the numbers. And then you get to the next grade and you learn how to add. And then the next grade, subtract. And then the next grade, multiply. And then divide. And then fractions and decimals and algebra and geometry. It's like never ending, right? So you have to see this spiritual journey not as a daunting process, but as layers where one thing leads to another. And, you know, it really is, you know, you can get too stuck in healing work and the shadow work. So you also have to remember to play and have some fun and laugh and come out into the sunshine and giggle and play with the earth, right? So, you know that we're still evolving and we're still getting information that's going to help us help others, right? There's so many people who are watching this channel who are counselors and clinical therapists who are now merging into holistic practices, and you're incorporating so many other divine tools into your traditional practices. There's teachers, social workers, nurses, caregivers, healers, intuitives, who all work with this energy. And what's happening is your soul mission and spiritual journey pathways, they're aligning, they're coming into one. So as you do your work, you will naturally draw in those people who need to receive the information that you just learned. And this is how we're escalating the healing process for the planet at a faster rate. Of course. So the divine feminine also wants you to know that you are worth it. So this is the 5 energy. 5 is about change and transition, changing your approach to things. So here's the thing, if you want to do something special for yourself, if you want to treat yourself, and that makes you feel beautiful, it doesn't come from like, I need this external thing to fill a void. It comes from, I'm really enjoying this planet and I'm really loving treating myself. The divine feminine energy loves flowers. She loves treats. She loves anything that's going to bring her pleasure. Clothing that feels beautiful on her body, shoes that make her feet look sexy. The divine feminine is really, she loves to laugh, she likes to sing, she likes to play. She can be a little tricky, a little trickster. And so bringing out that energy and remembering like you're worth it. You know, if you want to purchase something, you know, that's going to bring you joy. Remember, you know, I'm not promoting materialism here. Like, I need this to get this. It really is like you've come a long way and you've worked really hard. Treat yourself. Maybe it's, you know, a massage. You know, there's so many facilities that are opening now. Maybe it is a break from all the to-do list and going outside. Maybe it's going in your pool and really just savoring, or going to the ocean and just savoring. It doesn't have to be money spent. You can take a walk in nature. Treat yourself this week, and you'll be amazed at the wisdom that comes from that. So let me see here. What do I want to do next? I want to do the wild offering. What does the Divine Mother need you to know? Let me see. What does she need you to know about your healing process? What does she need you to know about your healing process? Compassion. This message came up within the last couple weeks. I think it was the Divine Activation card a few weeks ago, what was being activated. So the card says, as you pray each day for greater compassion, a new self is born, drawing new people and experiences. It says, dear Lord, help me feel ever-deepening self-acceptance. May I see myself as you see me. This is beautiful. I'm going to try to hold it up here. And maybe you can pause it and just take a screenshot of this. And like, say the affirmation this week. This is all that we're coming to. This is crown energy, right? Dear Lord, help me feel ever deepening self-acceptance. That's your power. That's your crown. You are a child of God, a child of the universe, a child of the goddess. However you want to translate that energy, there's a power, there's a force that operates through you that makes you magical, and it's time to allow that to flourish. I think it's interesting as it says, as you pray each day, and this is part of the foundations, right? As you are sitting in stillness, as you are practicing mindfulness. You're going to continue to go deeper and deeper with insight and guidance. So I feel like as you pray each day is important there, because it's something that you're creating as a regular practice to keep you stable, to keep you aligned, to keep you connected. The imagery I always seem to get with this is like a canoe that's tied up to a dock. And, the waters can rock in the 3D world, meaning we can get pummeled with fears and worries and insecurities and, the shifting of the fear consciousness on this planet. And so it's so easy for your rope to come untied from the dock, right? And I feel like prayer and gratitude and awareness of the divine keeps your rope tied to the dock. It keeps you connected and safe and secure when the waves are rocking. So maybe that helps somebody out there. It's interesting because the bottom of the deck for this is confidence. It says divine confidence is completely different from the bravado of the ego. It says you make space for something larger to take hold. Please fill me with your confidence, O love. Grant me courage I never knew I had. This is what keeps us tied and connected to the divine. We can most certainly lose our way in the world of illusions, in the 3D world. There's also a saying that's, confidence in God is enough. So with these opportunities coming up, these changes that are happening as you're pouring love into it through yourself, confidence in God is enough. You might not have full confidence and faith in yourself, and we're all working on that, and we're all creating strength in that department, but God is saying, if I'm bringing you to it,